Hello, it's me again. Today I want to talk about the death of an actor, a Chinese actor called Alan Yu Menglong. This is very, very unusual for me talking about such thing in this channel, even though it has something to do with films, of course. This channel is about physical media collection and films, and this is still has something to do with films. And yeah, I'm giving this commentary because one, it has something to do with films, and still there's this, at least a little bit of connection to this channel. So this is not just random topic that I decided to record. And second is because who died in this tragedy, that is the actor Alan Yu Menglong. And why this actor is so significant for me is because back in 2019, when there's this Chinese drama called The Legend of the White Snake, I made quite an extensive review of that series. So in my country, in Indonesia, The Legend of White Snake is a very, very popular show. It's a very, very popular story. It's a very, very popular legend. There's an animated film created by an Indonesian studio, that is about the white snake legend, and that was part of my childhood. And there was this very, very popular Chinese drama also about the white snake back in the 90s. So when they said that they were making a remake of that series, The Legend of the White Snake, I was like very, very intrigued. And when the show finally became available, of course, I watched that show, The Legend of the White Snake, and I made an extensive review. This is one of the first dramas that I've ever reviewed in my blog at the time. And yeah, I was searching and searching about the information about the actress and about the actors. Of course, I need to, to check, to perform a background check of the actors and actresses, and trying to determine whether or not they're really great actors and actresses, playing their roles in this legendary show. So yeah, that one is still up in my blog, and it is in English. And I quite enjoyed the show. This is not really good show. That's the show, and that's Alan Yu Long, the actor that sadly passed away. I was shocked because he was not. He was very, very young still, um, and it's so sudden. And it because I knew the track record of this person quite well, simply because I reviewed the show, The Legend of the White Snake. I even still got some of the, the notes and the images from that process of me making the review. So there's the image on my notebook. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's some images that I printed at that time. And also I reviewed, I think, the animated version of The Legend of the White Snake. I think this one is from the animated version of The Legend of the White Snake. So unlike many other stars, Asian stars, when they mentioned his name, I immediately knew that, oh, that's the guy, that's him, that's Alan Yu Long, that's the guy in the news that they said sadly passed away. And the news, I'm just reading it from Wikipedia here. He was born in 15th of June 1988, and he died in September 11th, 2025. Usually I posted stories about the 9/11, about remembering the tragedy. I was posting my DVD copy of the World Trade Center recording. It's like a documentary, but a very, very short documentary showing what happened 24 hours after the tragedy of World Trade Center, of the terrorist attack of the World Trade Center. And during that, I found this news on on social media of viral news about Alan Newman. At first, it was not viral because Alan Newman, even though I knew him, I knew his show at the time, he was not really that huge star. There are so many other Asian stars that are much more popular than him, but still, it took some time for the news to gain momentum, and then it became a big news about his passing. So he died in September 11th, and I'm going to read from Wikipedia because now, as the time of reading this one, the editing feature in Wikipedia, I think it's locked. Yeah, on September 11th, reports circulated on Chinese social media that a man suspected to be Alan Menglong had fallen to his death in a residential community in Beijing earlier in the morning. So the authorities ruled out criminal involvement. So they said that it was caused by, it was accidental due to intoxication. So he fell from fifth or sixth floor of a building, and then he died because of that. So that's the official police statement. But then doubts and conspiracy theories regarding Yu's death spread online. This is where things got a lot scarier. On September 11th, the studio released a second statement in the name of Yu's mother, who was not present at the scene, stating that Yu accidentally fell. So after the circulation of the quote-unquote conspiracy theories, there's the statement from the mother of Alan Yu Menglong that, please stop the conspiracy because my son, he just, died because of, he fell from the sixth floor of the building. It's all an accident. There's no foul play or anything. So just stop the conspiracy and let the family grieve in peace. So I hope everyone will view this incident rationally and stop speculating. That's allegedly what the mother said. On 21st of September, the branch of the Beijing Public Security Bureau issued a bulletin declaring that 3 principal rumor mongers over Yu's death had been placed under compulsory measures by authorities. So the people who were circulating, who were spreading the news that the police said that those are fake news, they're being detained by the police. So the police said that Alan Yu Menglong died because he fell from the building, because he was so intoxicated. But then the people online said that that's not possible. It's too soon for the police to say that. And Alan Yu Menglong, he didn't seem to show any signs that he would commit suicide or there's anything terrible is going to happen to him. There's no such thing. And then people started to try to become detectives themselves and try to look at the crime scene. They said that, oh, the windowsill, those are very, that it's just not possible for someone to be accidentally falling. If someone fell from that, it has to be deliberate. It's either the person wants to commit suicide or someone pushed him to his death. And so the speculation circulated online. It became so wild, and I was like, at first I believed that he died because of the accident, but then the online speculations, online investigators, I started to doubt the police statement. Believe it or not, I want to believe that this is all just a very sad tragedy, that it's just like an accident. I really want to believe that. But somehow it's also very difficult to just believe that nothing terrible ever happened to Alan Yu Menglong before his death. And again, this became so important for me because I'm not the type of person who really follow celebrities' lives. It's only a handful of them that I really follow, and Alan Malone is part of that simply because of that one show that he did, and I happened to review it at that time, The Legend of the White Snake. So it shocked me beyond belief. News about celebrity passing, most of the time didn't really shock me, but this time it really shocked me. And the story behind his death is so wild that I do not want to believe it. I refuse to believe it. There are people spreading really wild accusations and wild stories about this that I don't want to believe. There are videos circulating online. Allegedly, it's Alan Menglong crying for help. It's a very sad situation, and the picture that they painted over the situation is just so bad. I want to believe that nothing evil happened here. It's just a pure accident. But the police act is just, giving more, reason not to believe. Detaining the people who spread the rumors, online rumors. If that is a rumor, I think the police should show what really happened at that time. They should really, prove something that it is undeniable to the public, that it's simply impossible to deny that Alan Menglong died accidentally instead of some people deliberately killed him. And there are so many videos out there online talking about this, people speculating about his death, big YouTubers also, talking about his death, Alan Menglong's death, and they started to link the death with the Chinese government, with the conspiracies, with the elite, both in the government and in the entertainment industry in China. I saw that news too many times, and it's too heartbreaking. And I really do not want to believe that. So I decided to just stop looking at those news again. I just like, there are these many new videos talking about Alan Menglong. I was like, no, I don't want to watch this. I want to wait until everything's done, until the investigation is done, until it is absolutely clear what happened to Alan Menglong, because before that, it's still just speculations. But something changed my mind that finally, made me decided to make this video and talk about this, sharing my own opinion, my personal opinion about this, is that I finally watched this movie called The Changeling with Angelina Jolie and John Malkovich. This is based on a true story in the 1920s New York, about the abduction of a child. Angelina Jolie plays the mother. When she comes back to her house, the son is not there. She reported to the police, and then a few weeks later, the police came with her son. The police said that this is your son. We found your son. But she knows her son, and this is not her son. And the police tried to frame her as a lunatic, that you're in shock, this is your son, the description match, everything just match, this is your son. And she tried so hard to tell to the police that this is not her son, and that they should search for her true son. What the police did in this story, they tried to silence Angelina Jolie's character, to silence the mother. They said that the mother is insane. They said that the mother actually happy when the son was missing. So they said that the mother is not a very responsible mother, and she is so happy when the son is missing, and then she feels so unlucky when the police found the son and gave the son back to her, because she's no longer free now because she has to take care of the son. The police knew that they were making a mistake, and they deliberately concealed the truth, and causing more pain and causing more troubles along the way. And this story happened in the United States of America in 1920s. It happened back then, and it can still happen today. People say that, oh, this is because it's the 1920s. We do not have the technology back then. Today we have all the technology and those things. We can now know information. But the truth is, with today's technology and today's information, we still somehow don't know. There's still misinformation, there's still misconceptions. There's still so many fake news. There's just so many information that we do not know anymore which one is the truth. We're living in the 21st century. We're living in the 1920s. In the 2020s, that's 100 years after the situation that took place in the story, The Changeling. But even though we're living in the 2020s, I do believe that we are closer to 1984 by George Orwell. I don't know how and why each day feels closer and closer to 1984. A decade ago, I read this novel for the very first time. It's a brilliant, brilliant novel. And I want to believe that this is just as a fiction, a novel, but every day, each time, it becomes more like a reality. It becomes closer and closer to reality, the situation in 1984. The point is, the authorities can bend the news, they can create the news, they can do this and do that. And contrary to popular belief that with information being free nowadays, it's getting to be, a lot more difficult to conceal the truth, it may be the opposite. Perhaps it's easier now for the authorities or the elite to silence people like me, people like, average people like most of us. It's weird that I never planned to make this video. I just finished watching this movie a few minutes ago, minutes before recording this, and then I just this reminds me of the what happened to Menglong. It's not the exact same situation, it's a different situation. Now one is an abduction, this one is someone died. Even though in the story of the Changeling, so many children died in the story, and in real life, so many people died, and this time it's only one person. But how the police reacted to the situation in the movie The Changeling reminds me of what happened in China in this situation, this news. Because if it is all not true, they should just respond with facts, setting facts, and then report. Again, they should not give another reason for the public to doubt them. But they did the exact opposite of that. The details might be different from what happened in The Changeling, but the step-by-step situation that happened is eerily very, very similar. Now, I am reluctant in making such opinion like this because it's not fixed yet. So in the future, these might be incorrect. These might be that everything is just an innocent accident, that the police was right all along. But still, the way they handled the situation is just so bad for me personally. So that even I, who wanted to wait until everything is clear, just because it's a small trigger that is watching the changeling, changed my mind. If something like this could happen in real life, the conspiracy theories surrounding the death of Alan Menglong could also be true. That it is not too far-fetched, especially if we combine real life and the possibility of 1984. It is plausible. Before I watched The Changeling, indeed, I thought that this is too far-fetched. The conspiracy theories, the speculation surrounding the death of Alan Menglong is perhaps just like, it's a stretch. It's just, it can't be true. It's like stuff from films. Well, this is a movie, but this is based on a true story. I hope that that's not what happened to Alan Menglong, that he was drugged and some people tried to rape him, and then they eventually killed him because he got some information, valuable information about the industry and about the government, and then they killed him. I hope that that is not true, but I won't say that that is not possible. That is still possible to happen, because things like that did happen, and it's possible that it's still happening. It's a sad story, really. If the more I read about the speculations online and watching the video of this guy screaming, and today is the age of AI. I don't know if those videos are real or AI generated videos, but it's still bothering me. It bothers me that we can't really know for sure the truth. I hope the truth comes out soon and you can put an end to these speculations. Whether it's a bitter truth or the innocent truth that the police said initially. But truth, nonetheless, is the truth, which is what really matters. We should become better. We should not do what people did back in the 20s. The Changeling. I really recommend you guys to watch this movie, The Changeling. The drama by Alan Yu, A Legend of the White Snake, is perhaps not for everyone. It's actually a drama made for web series. This is a web series, not even a TV series. It's a web series. So before you watch this, you need to understand what you're going to get when you watch a web series from a remake of a Legend of the White Snake. It's not for everyone. But yeah, I recommend to watch The Changeling. I think that is all that I wanted to share with you at this very moment, just what I have in my mind about the whole situation. To those who still think that it is not possible, the speculations of Alan Menglong is not possible, I'm telling you, it is possible. For people who say that that is too far-fetched, I must say it is not too far-fetched. It is possible that it happens. What matters now, though, is to look for the truth, to seek the truth, to let the truth to come out. If you're still with me up until this very moment, I sincerely say thank you very much. Take care and goodbye.